Hello, my name is Maya Vasquez, and I will be presenting the questions I asked to my school psychologist supervisor for Practicum. So for the first question, I asked, what are some common barriers to effective consultation in schools, and how can school psychologists address or overcome them? So she stated that misunderstandings often arise from relying solely on email communications, at least from her experience. So she stated that in-person meetings really improve clarity and collaboration. She also stated that practicing open-mindedness and avoiding assuming negative intent from others is really crucial. For the next question, I asked, how does the problem-solving model guide the consultation process, and why might it be necessary to return to earlier steps during intervention planning or evaluation? So she stated that the problem-solving model in particular really helps determine if academic struggles stem from a deeper issue like a disability, and that involvement in SST and intervention meetings are really crucial for an informed assessment. She also stated that school psychologists may need to revisit earlier steps, especially if interventions are incomplete or ineffective. For the next question, I asked, why is it essential for school psychologists to develop consultation skills intentionally, and what strategies can be used to strengthen these skills over time? So she stated that consultation makes up about 50% of a school psychologist's role, and she truly believes that skills improve with time, experience, and exposure, with exposure to diverse team dynamics, is what she stated. So for her experience, she usually uses tools like nonviolent communication to help her address any conflict with empathy and structure, with respectful communication in mind. So for the next question, what role do social justice, diversity, equity, and inclusion play in the consultation process? So she stated that school psychologists provide an unbiased, fresh perspective on students. Also, awareness of cultural background and systemic factors is really naturally embedded in this role. And she also made a comment about how parents are often more receptive to psychs due to this neutrality in the role. For the next question, what recommendations would you have for a new psychologist to improve their consultation skills? So she stated that being transparent about your experience and limitations is very important, at least in her experience. She also stated that from when comparing how she started when she was a year into being a school psychologist, that she particularly committed to ongoing learning, and she eventually found that recording situations and how they were resolved is really important for future references. And she also believes that honesty builds trust with teachers, admin, and SPED teams. So for the last question, how do the assumptions of teachers and administrators about the training or role of the school psychologist impact their role as a consultant? So she stated that teachers and admin often assume psychs are experts in all things SPED or, for example, behavioral aspects. So she says it's important to set realistic expectations to others by clearly communicating your training and boundaries. So she included, for an example from her experiences, that for her grad school, she wasn't particularly involved with counseling. So she said that was something that she had to say a lot when she first started out. And lastly, she said that it's important to use these moments as opportunities to educate colleagues about the true scope of a school psych's role that really depends on their training or background. So, and, after having this interview and thinking, I really believe that through conducting this interview and seeing her perspective and her question and the answers to my questions is that I learned how effective consultation is how effective consultation is built on clear communication, honesty, and continuous learning. So this interview really highlighted the importance of being approachable, understanding team dynamics is important, and using strategies to navigate challenges professionally. All are very important. And how a school psychologist's neutrality and focus on equity are all vital to fostering trust and making informed decisions that support all students. Thank you.